Hey, what's up? Jazz Whiting from Prime Canine. This video is not about bathing your dog, taking them to the vet, or trimming their nails, but you will see a lot of that footage. This video is about the necessary things that we need to do for the dog and how we develop trust in those moments. But the important distinction is that we do this with the dog and not to the dog. So this video shows that in action.
Hey, buddy.
So in this situation, the dog doesn't know what's going on. He's never been in this situation. He's only just met me. There's hesitation, there's uncertainty, and it's key that I don't rush, and I also don't avoid this whole experience. I want this to be as calm as possible for them, and I want to be able to guide them, not with excessive force, but to use guiding pressure. And that's what we see in a moment. I use enough pressure to help guide him and communicate to him what I want him to do or the position that I'd like him to be in, and that's to benefit him.
If you relax down, buddy.
So in this moment, he doesn't have all the information. He doesn't know what it is that I want. I make sure that I stay calm and I stay consistent. I'm not convincing him he must, lower himself into the bucket. I'm just showing him that it's a possibility.
That's it. You're okay, mate. You're okay. I promise, buddy. Where's your feet? That's it. Good boy. That's it. Good boy. Yeah, good boy. Huh? What a good trust exercise, hey?
And you can see him relax into that a little bit.
Yeah? Did you like that one?
At the end, I stayed like this, and I wanted to give him the opportunity to choose for himself to enter the relaxed position.
Good boy. That's a good boy.
And you can see there that what I showed him earlier, he now chose on his own because it was simply more comfortable for him. I flip him upside down, have him in a bit of a struggle cuddle. He obviously didn't want to stay there for too long, but I also didn't need him to stay there for too long. But I don't let him out while he's struggling. I wait until he's calm again.
Nay. Good boy. Thank you. There we go.
Some things, like the vet, are unavoidable, but often the handler's mindset sets the tone for the entire experience.
Which one do you want to do first?
Injection?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
When you walk into a vet, your dog can probably detect the scent of all the other dogs' stress hormones or whatever other animals have been in there, and possibly even the other humans. So don't let your stress hormones just be another part of your dog's experience. You want to make sure that you keep everything in order for yourself. You want to make sure that you walk in neutral, that you walk in calm.
Hey, buddy, now's your chance to... Oh, my God.
Now you get food. I don't care which way you go, buddy.
There you go.
Moving target.
There we go. Good boy.
Good boy. Didn't even feel it.
Nice, buddy.
Now, while you're at the vet, there are necessary things that are going to happen, like getting their injections, getting the nasal drip, having their testicles checked and other areas of their body, having the stethoscope put on their chest. All of these things are necessary, and the dog needs to go through it. We want to try to reduce the amount of stress through that process, and we want to focus heavily on the recovery after these things. That's going to have a huge influence on the future vet visits. So if we can make sure that we recover the dog and they feel good after each of these moments, it's going to be of benefit. It's going to pay dividends down the track.
Air gel. Hi. How's that air gel going? Well, you look so disappointed in that. He's like, I can't believe this.
He's like, fuck.
Why don't you listen to your heart, buddy?
What you'll notice throughout this whole vet experience is that there's been different ways that I handle the dog for different situations. So the first was with the vaccine. I had him with his head in the treat pouch, completely oblivious to that vaccine, exactly how I want it. By the time they're adults, they don't need that food. But for this, it was better he just didn't experience that or have a notable memory of that. Second was getting the liquid up the nose. So turn him upside down, and he almost didn't want to leave. He wanted some extra cuddles. All right. After that, I held him in my arms, just a little bit of a struggle cuddle so he could get his chest checked properly with a stethoscope, and that was really easy for the vet. And then the last one was interesting, where he kind of just pressed into my hands. Typically when they do that, they're actually biting a tug toy of some sort, but in this he was quite happy just to press forward, and that's just something that these dogs love. So I used it, I capitalized on that, and it made the rest of the vet check really easy. So there's a myriad of ways for you to handle your dog when you go to the vet, and doing a bunch of these things. If you want to know, if you want to learn more about how to develop those skills, Pat and I have a course together. There's 9 modules, and one whole module is dedicated to just husbandry and handling. So if you want to know more about that, check out the link in the description. I'll leave it there. Oh my goodness, look at his little tail. Hey Jumper, and your tail. So typically when I trim puppies' nails, I choose the Dremel rather than clippers, but by the time they're an adult dog, they're accustomed to both. On this particular day, which is the very first day that I've trimmed these puppies' nails, I chose the clippers instead of the Dremel because I was short on time and I didn't want to rush the conditioning process. Nay. Nay. Why are you always going to put hands on my face? Sir. In this clip, the pup started to get a little bit restless. He needed to go to the toilet. So we got up, he did that, and to him, that shows that I'm paying attention.
Alright, Papa. Come on, pretty sure you need to pee. Papa?
This is the other side of trust. When dogs know you're paying attention to the things that they're trying to communicate to you, everything has the potential to become a two-way conversation, not just a lecture.
Good boy. Good job, buddy.
Trust gets built in the small moments and accumulate over time. That then prepares you for the inevitable big moments that require the most amount of trust. Don't miss this opportunity. Work on those small moments with your dog.